Most people think that building a web app and a mobile app means building everything twice. You set up the project, build up the context, wire up the backend, prompt the whole thing from scratch, and then you turn around and do the exact same thing all over again for mobile. Double the prompting and double the headaches. But today we're skipping all of that using Rocket projects. Because with Rocket, you set up your project once, drop all of your context into it, and all of it lives in one place. And then every task you carry out in a project, whether you're researching or building, automatically pulls from the same context. No need for re-uploading or explaining yourself all over again. To show you how it works, we'll build out a web app from scratch and then turn it into a mobile app in just a few prompts. So let's get right into it. Now to get started with Rocket, we'll head over to the Rocket dashboard. In Rocket, we've got three main pillars. We've got Solve, we've got Build, and we've got Intelligence. Solve allows us to get in-depth answers to any kind of business question using thousands of data points across the web, as well as our own data. Build allows us to build production-grade apps as well as mobile apps, and Intelligence allows us to track all of our competitors and reveal all of the strategies all in one place. But for this video, we'll only cover Build. If you want to see breakdown of Solve or Intelligence, make sure to check out the links in the description. There's a few different ways we can get started with our build. The first one is using the chat window here in the middle. You just enter your prompt and send it over. The second method is clicking on the build button here and choosing from one of the prompt templates here to get started as well. You can also click on the plus button here and add extra context to your build. For example, files and photos, different connectors that we have available, which we'll touch on in a second. You can also add a Figma project. So if you already designed your app on Figma, you can import that. You can also clone from GitHub. So if you have a project on GitHub, you can pull that project and get started in Rocket with that project as well. The other option is templates. You can click on the templates tab on the left and choose from thousands of different templates that we have available. You can also use the search bar to find the template quickly. However, for our use case, let's get started by using projects. You'll see the projects button here on the left, so just click on it. Then we'll click on create new project and enter a name. So enter the name and then click create. Now the project that I had in mind today was for a real life use case. You see, I manage a lot of content for different clients on Instagram. And quite often I see an idea as I'm scrolling and I want to save it and I actually want to remake it for my clients. However, a lot of the times they just go missing. So I had an idea, what if I can save a post, analyze it with AI, and then have it rewrite in my voice or my client's voice, ready for them to post as the first draft. I thought it could save me a lot of time. So what would we actually need for this app? We would need a scraper, so something that can actually go out to Instagram and pull the posts. You'll need a database, so somewhere to store all these posts. We'll need AI analysis, so a way to send those posts to, let's say, Claude to analyze this post from start to finish, why they did well, what the theme was, what the pacing was, etc. Then we need to be able to add our own context, our own previous scripts, the way we talk, to create a persona for ourselves or our clients. And then we should be able to generate text using that persona that we create and the posts that we analyzed. And I thought it was a perfect example to show, because when you're doing content research on Instagram on the web, you can use this app, or when you're outside scrolling from Instagram and you find an interesting post, you can use the mobile app version instead. So I'm actually going to be using this in my everyday life. Now, this project that we created is where all of our files and all of our context will live across different tasks for this app that we are working on. We can use projects for build as well as solve, and they can share context between each other. Now, on the right, you'll see the context window. Here we can upload our documents and files to use as the context for the different tasks. You'll also see collaborators, where you can add someone as an editor or a viewer and choose whether you want to grant them access under all of the tasks in this project. You can also link files from your Google Drive or your Notion. So in my Notion, I already built out a document with all of the research as well as the different things that I want included in my app. Now, to add this Notion page, we could use the context on the right, but I'm not going to do that for this video, as I want to show you the Launchpad feature instead. So what I'm going to do here is click on the plus button there, then click on Add Connector. Then I'm going to click on Notion, click Connect, click Continue, and that's it. My Notion is now connected. So one of the new features we added to Rocket recently is the Launchpad. What Launchpad allows you to do is use your pre-existing connectors like Supabase or Notion as context for your build. So whenever you use any of these connectors in your prompt, Rocket will use them as context for what you're building. So for example, if you integrate Supabase, Rocket will be able to use your pre-existing schema, your database, and actually build around it, not just build blindly. So in my case, as we just integrated Notion, let's use that as our connector. So I just copy pasted my prompt here, and then I'll click on this notion here and add it as a connector. And then I told Rocket to read my page titled swipe file and build the app as it describes. And then I just described how I want my app to work, the screens that I want, and the functionality as well. Also explaining that for the first build, I just want the UI. Then I'm gonna drag and drop my branding kit that I just have with colors and fonts, and then click on build. Rocket will actually give you some preset prompts as well for each different section. So if you're not sure about the prompt, you can choose one of these. And before you build, there's a lock button here that you can click to see whether you want your app to be public or private. So let's send it through. And that's it. Rocket will now start building our app using the context from our Notion page. And I'm back. This is the preview of the app that we got. As you can see, we have different categories here for the different posts. We've got the vault, so that's already written posts. We've got personas, so that's the different voices that we train AI on. And we've got the different accounts that we'll be tracking, and we can click to see their recent trending posts. In the top right, we have the button to see responsive view, and let me try mobile. Okay, it doesn't work well on mobile, so that's one thing that we'll have to fix. I'll go back to fit the screen and then exit full screen here. And then to fix that, I'm gonna type in /, which will open up Rocket commands, which are shortcuts to most common things that you'll be fixing or implementing in your apps. They can save you a lot of time and allow your prompting to be more precise. I'm gonna go to quick fixes, and in our case, I'm gonna choose the fix layout issues and then send that through. Okay, it works and looks much better on mobile now. At the moment, we just have mockup data. So our next task is actually to wire up the backend with Supabase. So I'm just telling Rocket to implement Supabase for all of the things that we'll need it for, like authentication as well as storing the scraped posts. I already have my Rocket account linked, and if you don't, we'll ask you to link it. But then you'll just have to create a new project or choose an existing one. In our case, let's create a new project. You'll have to give it a name and then type in a database password and then click create new project. Rocket will prepare database migration, and then Rocket will ask you to push script to Supabase. So we'll just click on push to Supabase. Okay, and now we should have user authentication. So I'm gonna try signing up. I'm gonna type my name in here, type in my email and then my password, and then click create account. Okay, and that worked. Now we're signed into the account that I just created. As you can see, there's no information shown, and that's because we haven't scraped any posts yet. I told it I will be using Apify for scraping and replicate for other endpoints like transcribing. Okay, Rocket built out the feature and then it asked us to push that to Supabase. So now let's test it out. I added an account here. Let's head over to the account that I added by clicking view posts. Okay, and then now let's try actually scraping the posts. Okay, Rocket found an error, so let's prompt Rocket to fix the error. The issue is that we need to add our Apify secret token in Supabase backend. We need to go to our Supabase backend and add our Apify token there, which is super easy, and Rocket tells us exactly how to do it. I went to Edge Functions, Secrets, then I added my Apify API key and then clicked on save. And that's it, our key is added. Literally just took a few seconds. Now I went back to Rocket and then launched the scrape again. And as you can see, we're not getting an error this time. We can see that this one went through okay and not giving us any errors. So let's head back to Rocket and boom, the posts are now here. Worked perfectly. However, the issue is that our profile picture is missing. Okay, I just refreshed the app and the picture is now there. So basically what happens is when we add an account to track, it doesn't automatically go out and scrape that account. I don't think that's very necessary because it can just get that data when it scrapes the posts. So that's what we did here, is that we're basically scraping the profile name, profile picture, their follower accounts, etc. during the time that we scrape their posts, and then it updates in our app automatically. But now let's actually build the actual formula cards, which is the cards that will show us why each post did well. So I told Rocket what we need, that we need these cards generated from each post, explaining why they did well. And I told it the importance of the actual post, that the caption kind of comes last. And then the most important thing is like the cover image, as well as the transcript if it has the voice. And if it's a carousel, obviously it's the images there. Just told it a bit of logic there and told it not to use haiku, but instead rely on sonnet. Let's send that through. And we're back. Rocket just asked us to deploy to Supabase, so we just did that. And I'm gonna add my Anthropic API in the Edge function here as well. So that Edge function will use Anthropic to actually analyze the posts. So let's go to a post now and then click on generate card and see what happens. The Edge function worked perfectly. As you can see in the cards now, if you go to structure, it's got proper breakdowns and a proper usable template. Awesome. So next I'm gonna tell Rocket to use personas feature. We should be able to create a persona add voice samples, build a voice, and store it all in Supabase. Let's send that through, and now let's test it out. I'm gonna go to personas, click new persona, add my name, give it a second. Then I'm gonna add my first sample, copy paste the text, click save. Let's add one more sample, click save as well. And then let's click on build voice. Okay, and after a few minutes, we got our voice. We got the different dials here, the rhythm, audience, what words to avoid, content pillars, and we can rerun it as well. If you want, you can add more samples, rerun it, but in my opinion, it's ready to start generating scripts. So next up, I'm gonna prompt Rocket to write up the scripting in my voice button. I just told it to use Anthropic again, and then store the scripts in Supabase. Okay, and if we go to cards now, we'll see this button here, and if we click on it, we can choose our voice, we can type in a topic, click on the voice, and then click generate script. And then boom, we have our draft ready. Reading through it, it sounds pretty good. So we can generate another or view it in our vault. As you can see, it's here now. We can copy it, we can edit it or regenerate it, and we have some stats on the top. So if you wanted to, we could add more accounts, or we could scrape more posts, generate more cards. Here you can also sort through them. And in the vault, we have our scripts. So our app is pretty much ready. All the functionality that I wanted is there. And in the personas tab, we've got our voices. So if you wanted to, we could add more for different clients or different voices that we might have on different platforms. Okay, so one thing I didn't like was the logo that Rocket came up with. So what I'm gonna do is use another command, which is / update logo, and then send it through with my new logo. As you can see, it's now updated in Rocket. To finish up your app, you can use the commands for other things as well, like privacy compliance, privacy reports, accessibility features, language, etc. And you can also access help docs from here as well. Also, in the prompting window, if you type in @ you can actually target specific files or pages, so your prompting is more specific, and you can reference other tasks as well as other connectors. For updating the logo, you could also do it from the edit tab here by clicking theme. Here you can change the favicon logo. Here you'll see your shared assets, and you could actually change your logo right here as well as the colors, fonts, etc. Also, if you click on edit and you click on visual edits, you can click on specific things you want to change, like for example this button, and you could change it manually. So for example, resize it, change the colors, borders, radius, even delete it, etc. And you could also prompt Rocket to do something specific like animate this button and then send that through, etc. The stuff you do yourself, for example, changing the font colors, the sizes, deleting, doesn't use any credits. But if you prompt something like add animation, that will use credits. But visual edits is an easy and fast way to make the app look exactly the way that you want to. Now, some other useful features that we didn't have to use, but could be useful for your building is, for example, capture screenshot. You could capture, for example, a selected area of your app and then use that as the context when you are fixing something. You can also remix your app, so that will allow you to create a share link so other people can build their own versions of your app starting from this point. You can also add members specifically to this task, same also as editor or viewer, and you could also push or pull to GitHub. Now, if you go to code, you can actually see all of your code, edit it manually, edit end file for example, your API keys. You could also download the code, so it will give it to you as a zip file. Everything you build with Rocket is fully yours. You own all the code. You can download it at any time or push it to Netlify, push it to GitHub, etc. If you go to analytics, you can actually see all of your app's analytics in here. Visits, sources, countries, and in this video we didn't use it, but another feature that you might use a lot is APIs. If you click on APIs, you can actually add API calls directly through here. So for example, let's say we want something to happen when we click this button, we could click on it, add an API, for example, to run an Instagram scraper, and then import different API calls from Postman. You could add it as curl, you can upload JSON, or Swagger or YAML files as well. When you're ready to publish your app, you can just click on launch here and push it to either staging or production. Now, I already have it on staging, but if you didn't, it will give you an option whether you want to publish it on Rocket. So Rocket hosting is actually free. So if you're paying for Rocket, you might as well host it on Rocket, but that's up to you. You could also push it to Netlify, so you can actually get all the logs, have it on your Netlify account if you have one already. You could also add your own domain, so you can click here, launch the custom domain, and Rocket will run you through the entire import process. It's super straightforward, only takes a few steps. Or if you wanted to, you could also push your app to production, and in production you can actually choose which version you want to upload. So let's say you want to upload this latest version, click that, add the domain, click next. or if you want, you could also purchase the domain from here. And lastly, one more thing is that here in the connectors, you can also manage all of your connectors. We are constantly adding more, so this list is ever expanding. If there's any that you want added, you can just click on request new connectors and request it. But now let's build the mobile app. So we'll go back to our project. In the beginning of my prompt, I already mentioned at swipe file. So that's mentioning my previous task. So I'll just click on that here and then choose swipe file once again. And Rocket will now use that as context for our build. Then I explained to Rocket the screens we want: login, tracked accounts, account details, swipe file, etc. And then I told it same rules as the web to use our Supabase for all the scraping, etc. So okay, let's send it through. Rocket understood our request and is building our app using Flutter. Front end with Flutter and the same Supabase project for the backend. And that's it. It built our mobile app with 7 screens, exactly as I requested. So let's test it out. Does the authentication work right away? I'm gonna try logging in here. Okay, we got an error, so let's fix that. Okay, actually I rushed it and that's why the error happened. Actually, we had to choose our project here and then I'll do that and then click save. Okay, so now it should be working. Let's test it out. Typed in my email, we'll type in my password, create account, and then click sign in. Okay, awesome. This is a new account that I created. It's not the same account as I used before, so everything here is empty. So I'm actually gonna go back to my web app. Then let's sign out. Then I'm gonna enter the same email as what I registered on mobile and then the same password. So I added another account to track. As you can see, all empty. Let's try pulling some posts. We got an error, no worries. I'll screenshot that and send it back to Rocket. And after the update, it's now getting the posts successfully. Awesome. I'm gonna go back to my web app and see if they showed up there as well. Okay, and they show up in the web app as well. Awesome. So the Supabase is working between the web app and the mobile app. I've tried generating some cards, and as you could see in the swipe file, they are showing up here as well. Let's try creating a persona here as well on mobile. I'll enter my name, copy paste our first sample, click save, copy paste another example, click save. Then I'll click on build voice profile. And after a few minutes, as you could see, it says voice built. So let's click on it. And if we scroll down, we could actually see our voice profile as well. Awesome. So now let's test it out. So I'm going to click on this post here. As you could see, it's got reusable template and everything else that our web app had. So let's just generate a script. Okay. And if we now go to our vault, I'm going to refresh the app. Okay. We see our post right here. We can open it up. And we see our cover, our caption, as well as the slides. That was a carousel, so it generated the slides. Awesome. We could also click edit to edit any of it. And that's it. We pretty much mimicked our web app functionality. And if we actually go to our web app and we go to the vault, we can see it's all here as well. Awesome. Everything is working perfectly between the web app and the mobile app. And for mobile app, all the same as the web, you could see your device view here. So preview different screens, how it would look like. You could also do visual edits by clicking edit and clicking on visual edit, making any changes you want to it visually. You can make it also as a remix. Also, you can share it with your team members. Also can push to GitHub. We also got code, which you can download. Also got connectors and APIs. And if you want to publish your app, you can click on launch and host it on Rocket as a PWA, or you can download it as an APK and install it directly on an Android device or an emulator. Now, if you want to publish your app in the Google Play Store or the Apple App Store, you could check out our documentation where we break it down step by step. Link to that will be in the description down below. And that's it. In just a few prompts, I build out a real web app for functionality that I need every day and turn it into mobile apps in literally just a few prompts. It's never been as easy as today as build out any of your ideas. And if you wanted to push it further, you could publish this as a real app. You can connect resend for emails, Twilio for SMS notifications. You can build out more complex analysis, maybe trend analysis, so actually see where the entire niche is going. You can connect Stripe for payments, resend for emails, and Twilio for SMS notifications. So maybe every time your competitor posts a post and it goes viral, you get a notification. The options are honestly endless. And if you want to try Rocket for yourself, you can click the link in the description and try it out for free. You can also join our Discord community to connect with other builders using Rocket. And make sure to subscribe to our channel so you don't miss our next video.